Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. We have another update here regarding Comcast. So it looks like Q2 earnings just announced. Comcast lost over 419,000 TV customers, and they also lost 120,000 internet customers. Now, they're saying this is a result of cord cutting taking over, speeding the process up. More and more people are leaving traditional cable and internet solutions, going to cord cutting solutions, and in my opinion, going to free solutions, meaning whatever they can get their hands on that is free of charge. A lot of customers just don't want to pay for things. All right, so here's the info. Link for the article will be found for you down below in the description. And as usual, it is coming from Cord Cutters News. So basically, there is a statement here that says, we grew adjusted EPS high single digits and continue to invest aggressively in our businesses while returning $3.4 billion to shareholders. This is, of course, coming from Brian L. Roberts, who is the chairman and chief executive officer of Comcast Corporation. Brian goes on to say, broadband RPU increased by 3.6%, and we delivered 6% revenue growth in our connectivity businesses, while expanding our adjusted EBITDA margin across connectivity and platforms to a record high of 41.9%. They're saying media returned to adjusted EBITDA growth, driven by Peacock, which they're saying is delivering the best year-over-year improvement for them for any quarter since they launched back in 2020. In studios and theme parks, they're saying that they face difficult comparisons to last year, but their upcoming film and TV content and the debut of Epic Universe Bold will hopefully help their future, they're saying. More broadly, they're saying that they're excited about the growth opportunities ahead as their teams innovate and collaborate to connect our customers, viewers, and guests to their moments that matter, they're saying. So, of course, they have the Paris Summer Olympics that they're saying that they expect to kind of help leverage their most advanced technology and expertise in storytelling to provide millions of households in the U.S. with the finest, most expansive television and streaming coverage in media history for an Olympics or perhaps any televised event. So they're really hoping that they can cash in on the Olympics there. Just more decline, right? More decline, 419,000 TV customers, losing 120,000 internet customers is no game. That's no joke. And we're going to continue to see this trend. No matter how hard Comcast works, they're simply not going to be able to compete with the likes of some of the newer streaming services that offer live TV at half, maybe even less than half the price of what they're trying to lock customers into. There's no bundling required, right? So no major commitment here, no tying yourself up in a loop. See, that's the biggest concern with the likes of Comcast and Spectrum and all these traditional ways of getting home internet and cable. You usually have to bundle to get the best value. That can create a lot of stress and problems because if you have a household of a certain amount of people and one of them, let's say you have a family, 4 kids, 2 parents, whatever, one of them is now going off to college. They're not going to be in a house. They're not going to be watching TV. They're not going to be using the internet. Where they're going, they don't have the same service that they have for you here. Let's say you have Verizon, Fios, and you bundled up, and you have their wireless network, you have their home internet, and then you have Fios TV, Verizon TV. Now they're moving somewhere where AT&T is better. They want to go on their own and get AT&T. They want to leave the family plan. Now you've lost a line that could set you back, right? So yes, they do offer solutions now to just get TV or just get internet. But again, that raises your prices. The best deals, the biggest reason customers go to these older traditional style companies is because of the bundling benefits, right? The more you bring to the table, the more value you can get back, the cheaper the cost. And then everything becomes more of a value for you because you're paying a lot less and getting all these different benefits. But once people leave, that now creates a problem. You're no longer able to get the same benefits because you have to take out some of the services that you've been using. You have to get rid of them now because you don't have as many people on the plan. So that's the biggest downside for me as a consumer, and what I look at, that's like the biggest objective for going to these companies. On top of that, they're just straight up expensive. Even with the bundling, it's still not a very good deal. I mean, how many people really sit there and watch 200 live TV channels? There's probably about 30 channels, the most, that most consumers actually sit and watch. Most of it is you flipping through and just looking for something on, when it's mostly just repetitive stuff, right? So a lot of consumers are going to services that they can pick and choose exactly what they want to watch, when they want to watch it, and they're perfectly happy with it, or they're going to whatever free alternatives are out there. Now, it is fair to say that there's a lot of churn happening with Comcast, Spectrum, and a lot of these live TV companies and internet providers because of the ACP ending back in May. All right, there was a lot of customers that were using the ACP program to get internet, to get cable TV from these companies. They were able to somehow afford it with the discount, the very big discount coming from the ACP. And now that that's over, we're seeing more and more decline in customers, not just in cable, not just in home internet, not just in, it's in wireless too, where, I think that's a lot of why Verizon's reporting some losses as well. Customers can't afford it, right? They're leaving. The ACP program ending has definitely been a very bad negative thing to these companies. So we have to consider that as well. I do think we're going to continue to see the decline from Comcast and, of course, other competitors, simply because there's still a lot of customers that are locked into plans. Like I mentioned, they have large families on the plans, many different services tied in. But once those promotions that are being offered, say maybe 24 months or 36 months, those promotions start to end, and then Verizon or Comcast or Spectrum tries to start raising prices on customers to offer pretty much the same price, customers are not going to have it. People, like I said, leaving the household, growing up, kids moving on with their lives, getting their own services. They're no longer going to need all those bundles, and they're going to leave. They're going to look for cord-cutting solutions. So this is what it is. Comcast and these companies have been very fortunate to have a lot of customers locked in. They've been locked in for years. But as time evolves and services change and needs, fluctuate, we're going to continue to see this, unfortunately. So there's definitely going to continue to be a decline. It will be a slow burn because they do have a lot of customers and there's still a decent amount of demand. But again, it's not going to be forever. So 5 years, maybe, I don't know, before we see the end of these types of traditional services being offered. But who knows? Sometimes things make comebacks, right? So we might see that in 5 years, people are getting tired of cord cutting and they may come back to that traditional style. If it's reinvented, if the offers are better. I mean, they are trying to make the packages more competitive. It's just simply not competitive enough. And there's a lot of things that intervene with it, right? It's not just Comcast wanting to make the most dollars out of their customers. There's bickering back and forth with production studios, right? Like Disney and other programming, companies that they use to offer these channels, right? The partnerships, their deals are falling through. Disney wants what it wants. It wants to do its own thing. So they don't really want to allow cable companies to broadcast any of their stuff, not without paying top dollar for it. And this is basically where we're at. Everybody is just trying to do their own thing, and they're kind of just like stepping all over each other, and it's causing companies like Comcast and etc. to basically have no place in the entertainment business anymore, right? So I heard months ago Spectrum wants to leave cable TV. They just want to focus on internet. They've said that, of course, but they're still providing the service. But like, really, how much longer can they argue with studios trying to get deals, especially when customers are shying away from it anyway? It's like, what's the value in it for them? What's it really worth anymore? They're better off just pumping more money into internet, getting they have wireless, maybe trying to boost that up some more, build their own wireless network, things like that, right? That's where their money can go, not into cable TV where customers just aren't really interested. So anyway, that's all we have for you in this video. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll always do my best to get back to you as soon as I can, and if I have a valid answer for you. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.